Hey everybody, it's Boggs here with the Obscure Toy Files. Today we're taking a look at the 1987 Kenner M.A.S.K Meteor. This is a really cool thing I was able to get. I don't know about a lot of you guys, but like I said, I was born in '79, so M.A.S.K, it's just 4 and up. And it came out, I believe, in '85. I gotta go look because I really don't remember. But I know these were some of my first toys. I had a few things from the racing theme. It was like a whole like racing theme, like to the towards M.A.S.K when it got to like '87. '88 was split seconds, but like '87, '86 was just like racing theme. Where they were competing in races against Venom or something. I don't even know. I just know I had a couple of them from that line. But getting M.A.S.K. Okay, one of the things you'll know from watching my previous videos is I enjoy picking up new sealed old toys and opening them up and checking them out. It's one of the things I love to do because it's like a time capsule. It's very cathartic for me. It's fun because you get to go back and see how things were. And a lot of times you get to, see things you've never seen before. I mean, there's so much different stuff I forgot about when I used to get this line as a kid. Like I really don't remember a lot of the things, like what it came with. And I know Kenner was known for their action toy guides, but that was mostly '88 and later. In '87, I don't think they were doing it, so there might be like a M.A.S.K poster in here, which would be really cool. So we'll find out. This thing is sealed. I got an opportunity to purchase it for a really good price. And as far as like vehicles go in the boxed category, to find them, you really can't get them inexpensively anymore. They're like because M.A.S.K falls into that category of toy lines that are they're never coming back with them. Like, let's be honest. It's like you have like M.A.S.K, you have Visionaries, Inhumanoids, Centurions, and there's probably a couple other ones I can't remember off the top of my head. But you look at Air Raiders, from Hasbro's another one. They're never making these again. Like I don't know why. Like people love M.A.S.K. The line is very collectible. It's a very popular brand. Kenner made it, and it was a great idea because it was kind of taking like what kids loved about transforming vehicles, and then what kids loved about teams of like people, and said, well, why don't we just take the team basis of GI Joe and combine it with the transforming basis of Transformers, and then make a line, and then they did, and that's where they got M.A.S.K. For Mobile Armored Strike Command. Now, I have gotten lots of boxed stuff over the years, and there have been very few items I've been able to at least get like one sample of, except for like what you're seeing right now. Like if you asked me, Chris, Boggs, when's the last time you got a brand new M.A.S.K vehicle in the box to open? I would sit there and take a minute, and I would tell you when I was a kid back in the '80s. And it's crazy to me that that's actually what it is. Like, in all the years that collectibles have been on eBay, and we've had different opportunities to get these things, and all this time I've never been able to get a M.A.S.K vehicle that wasn't prohibitively expensive. And this wasn't cheap. Like, it was over $100. But for this item, like if you go on eBay right now and look at it, you're gonna find it for like 160 on the low end. Not many of the vehicles, anything else above this. If you want, hey, I want to get like the Volcano minted box. Like, okay, you're gonna spend like over $500, if not more than that. It's just the way it is. The things just cost too much now. It's become almost prohibitively expensive to even try and do what I do with them. But like I said, I was able to get this, and I said, you know what? I wanted to open this up the other day. I said, I'm gonna wait and do a review on this because the odds of me getting a hold of another M.A.S.K vehicle again, it's few and far between. I'm never going to be able to, not unless I get like a really good deal on something. But for the most part, I'm like, I can't get something that cheap again. And that's not saying that what I spent was, that was nothing. But as far as vehicles go, box, like this one's got a dent in the corner, which I don't really care about because I'm opening it. But it's not like, so like for a person who wants to like get this AFA graded and just keep it on a shelf and never touch it. I also don't understand the whole point of doing that with boxed vehicles because there could be a bunch of socks inside this thing. I would never know. I mean, there ways to tell? Like Kenner usually used flaps where they would kind of have like, it would fold in. And you could see from looking at the tape, there's no other tape here. Because if you pull tape off of this, you would see maybe like tape going like this. So this is the factory tape. This went across like that. So this thing wasn't opened. And that really helps because then okay, this thing is sealed. It hasn't been touched. So to look at the box a little bit before I slice into this and we see what it is. This is from this is from the racing theme, and I think it's a really odd vehicle in a way because like I said, stunt jet changes to flying pod and mobile tank and back. It's usually you would see like terrestrial vehicles like cars, trucks that would turn into maybe like a boat or fly. Okay, but you didn't really see like an aerial vehicle like a jet turn into a tank. So you're like, what's the benefit of having a vehicle that can fly and then turning it into an assault tank, but while still the front half of the ship can still fly? So it seems strange to me. But you know what it is? I actually have Ace Riker. I had him when I was a kid. I had him with the Slingshot, which was like a van that opened up into like a mobile base and had like a little red flying pod that came off of it. I My father, I think, accidentally threw part of it away, thinking it was broken. So all I have of that original set is Ace Riker, his mask, the red pod he flew around in, and the bomb for it, and that's it. Like the base part's gone. So like it lost like 90% of the or 80% of the toy, which was unfortunate because it was a cool set. So I said, you know what? Well, this comes with an Ace Riker. I might as well grab it because I don't have a full vehicle for the Ace Riker that I currently own. So it wouldn't be a bad way to upgrade him. And his outfit does look pretty cool. Like his mask looks pretty neat. So you can see like the cool artwork, like there's him like manning the turret on the back. I don't know who's flying that pod because he's currently using the cannon. So is the pod controlled remotely? Is somebody else in there? It's up to you. So the front of the box, you see this. Top of the box, it says what it is. M.A.S.K stunt flying pod, mobile tank and action figure. Amazing stunt jet converts to flying pod with bomb and mobile tank with launching missiles. You go to the other side. I guess this would be the left side flap, and it's the same thing. Flying pod and mobile tank. Flying pod drops stun bomb. Flip it around to the right side, and it goes again. Every side is different, which is neat. Amazing stunt jet. Front flying pod with open close canopy detaches. Then at the bottom of the box, which I got over, powerful tank treads drop down. Rear cannon can be loaded with torpedo missile and fired with the push of the button. So we'll see how that works. And tank command center. So there's a little spot for somebody to sit. So if you have another figure who doesn't have a vehicle, you can always have him hang out with Ace Riker and stuff like that. And then we look at the back of the box. And the back of the box is where all the meat and potatoes really are. And that's where we see the little blurb. It says, join M.A.S.K, Mobile Armored Strike Kommand, where ordinary vehicles and men become an awesome fighting team to wage battle against Venom, the vicious evil network of mayhem. M.A.S.K, where illusion is the ultimate weapon. And then it just shows you groups of purchase, a little tiny blurb there. In the interest of better quality and value, we are constantly improving and updating our products. Consequently, I don't know. I'm tired. Just forgive me. Pictures on the package may sometimes differ from the model enclosed. That's because this is typically taken. This is a prototype. It might not be the actual production toy, so that's why the pictures aren't the same. And this was made in Mexico, which is interesting. And the figure was made in China, so this toy wasn't even like the figure was made in China, but the whole toy was made in Mexico, which is interesting. So then you got the cockpit, stun bomb, tank command center, fold down protective shields, aka the wings, torpedo missile. There's 2 included. Powerful tank treads, which actually probably don't roll. And then I always thought it was neat. They tell you about the M.A.S.K. So you see it says Ace Riker of M.A.S.K with cruise control mask that pretends to accelerate or decelerate vehicles. And that's really good for for pretend play, because now the kid who gets this knows that this mask has that ability. So that means if you're playing with your friend, somebody can make it go faster or slower because of his cruise control mask, which is neat. All right, so without further ado, let's open it up. I think I'm going to open the bad side. Like I'll slice it from there. I don't have my knife. I have to use this little what do you call it? And the value of it just dropped to $1,000. No, why? Crack this thing open. I'm trying to keep an eye on where everything is. Okay, because one of the things I've noticed I do a lot is I don't look and see where all the parts go. And then when the time comes to put everything back in the box, I'm kind of like, crap. All right, so from here, it just looks like it slides out. I'm going to do it this way. Now, again, like, I don't remember getting M.A.S.K vehicles as a kid because I was little. I was like 5 or 6. So I really don't remember. Okay. Looks like it's the end of the box. So we're going to take the box, put this off to the side. Because you don't need to worry about that. And we have our contents. Pause it there for a second so I can see where everything goes. And I don't see any like poster or anything from M.A.S.K, which is sad. But I see a really cool sticker sheet. And the instructions, which are pretty substantial. You can see the yellowing on the paper too. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of instructions. This is a lot of instructions on this thing. My God, I didn't realize it was such a complicated vehicle. Oh wait, no, what's this? Oh, is this a calendar? What is this? Oh my God. This is a calendar for 1988 for M.A.S.K. What? This thing, this is insane. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's the slingshot. That's what I had. You can see it this way. Yeah, so my dad thought it was broken because it was split in half and then threw the whole bottom half away. So all I have is, I have this and then the pod of the missile. And I've actually recently acquired just the base, but I don't have the side panels, and I'm missing the guns in front. Just to let you guys know, don't try to part out like a M.A.S.K vehicle. Like if you're trying to build one, just buy one complete. It's a fool's errand 90% of the time because these things go for so much money. Like you can end up spending like double the cost of it just to get all the pieces. Wow, so this is like a calendar, like a legit calendar for 1988. With all the different vehicles in it. How cool is that? Wow. Yeah, I have this one. Actually, this is appropriate that I'm reviewing this now when Easter's coming up. Because, if I don't want to rip this poster. The Venom Iguana vehicle right here. I got this for Easter back in 1980s, 87, 88. I still have it. Still have it to this day, but I got it for Easter. Because my parents would always, the Easter Bunny would always, bring us, Easter Bunny would always bring us something. And a little something, like an action figure or a toy. Wow, this is crazy. This is really cool. That actually makes it nice. I'm going to put this as the background. This is a full calendar. This is from 1988. It's 1987 and 1988. Oh my God. You can't even see the whole thing in the shot. Let's see if I can stand it up. Maybe you can get a look at it. So let me back up the camera lens a little bit. Even then you can't see the whole thing. Yeah, this is a huge calendar. And it's 1987 and 1988. That's really awesome. I don't even remember they made this. Because again, I was so little. Oh, I have that vehicle. The Venom pit stop catapult accessory. I got this, and my mom told me specifically, Chris, do not bring your figure in with you. You're going to lose him. And I'm like, I won't. What did I do? Lost him. I still have this. Like I have like the little. It doesn't come with a hose though, unless it's supposed to. I have to look now because mine doesn't have a hose. But I used to love playing with this thing all the time because I had a little catapult. I could throw the tires. But I didn't freak out too much because I already had a Slyrax because I had the one. Do they have it on here? I don't know if they. This is 87, 88. They might not have it on here. But it's the original vehicle that came with Slyrax, like the Piranha, I think it was. So I already had one. But I didn't know that they changed the masks to make them safer. If you look, I'm trying to get this so you can see it. Let's back this up a bit. Oh my God, too much. Yeah, so they upgraded the masks to make them bigger. So like that straight bar on the bottom wasn't on the original one. Because they just were very small and they thought they were unsafe, so they changed it. So I have to actually I have to hunt down this Slyrax, so I have him for my pit stop catapult accessory. I wanted to get this vehicle, the Outlaw, because it's a cool like base for the Venom guys. Because it comes with Miles Mayhem. Yeah, it comes with Miles Mayhem and another guy. And I thought it would be a good idea for like a base. The Bulldog's a cool vehicle. You guys like a robotic leg or something. There's lots of cool ones. This one was neat too. The Goliath vehicle, because it comes with a mat tracker. And you know what's funny? I don't have mat tracker. I never got him or Miles Mayhem. I didn't have a lot of vehicles as a kid. You know, I just got the small ones, and the leaders of the teams. Guess what? They all came with the more expensive, larger vehicles. So naturally, that meant I didn't get them because they were too much money. Which again, I don't blame my parents. It's just, you know, I was into so many different toy lines back in the day. Like people forget, the main reason why a lot of these lines didn't last forever was because it was impossible to buy everything. How are you supposed to collect G.I. Joe, Transformers, you know, Masters of the Universe, you know, Ghostbusters, and then M.A.S.K 2? It's too much. All right, so let's get this out of the box. I'm going to move this poster out of the way. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pause this. All right, I kind of folded it up. It's like folding a map. I have to look at it later. I was just like, this is how everything sits. So I should be able to, in theory, put it back in the box the same way I took it out. So let's see. I'm just going to open up this side. That's what we got. Here's one of the wings. Everything looks intact. Nothing looks broken. It doesn't look like it fell off. You can never tell, though, with this stuff, man. Because, like, you know what it is? What sucks sometimes is when you're buying old stuff like this, you don't know if something was broken in the factory or it was assembled inappropriately or there was a piece busted off. You don't know. So you can buy something brand new in the box thinking you're going to have it 100% ready to go, and then you crack it open and it's like it just explodes in a ball of light. And you're like, what happened? It was new. It's like, it was new, and now it's junk. And you're like, no. Because that sucks. Yeah. Kenner always made really good stuff. I never had any problems with Kenner's things. Yeah, so this thing comes pretty much assembled and ready to go. There's some tape holding down the other accessory bits, including Ace Riker himself. Oh, let's tape that back up there. Take that box and put that over there. And I will refer to the video later when I want to put it back together. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so that's how it shoots the missiles. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's doing it the same way. They just go down like this. I guess it's this supposed to. I gotta look at the instructions. Oh, the bomb goes there. Okay. Interesting. And what's crazy is this isn't even that big of a vehicle in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's really small. There's everybody in there. Crack them open. Little parts out. Yeah, see, that's interesting too. So, and this is even individually bagged. So this came right from China like this. And they went, boop, here you go. So it's, get him out of his little bag. I'll keep the bag. I always keep the little bits, you know, for whatever reason that I'm weird. And here is Ace Riker himself. It's a cool mask. It's sort of like steampunk. Yeah, that's a crazy mask. Like, that's really cool looking. It almost looks like he's a bug or something. I liked when they made some of the masks look more organic. I mean, it's definitely a completely different look from the version of him that comes with the slingshot. So, I mean, I don't think he got made any more than just one time. Like, he got his original figure. Unfortunately, it looks like his packaging kind of warped his legs a little bit. So I may have to stick him in some hot water at some point. Get him back to basics. Now, let's see. So these are the missiles. Now, from what I could tell, this is interesting. So, like, it's spring loaded, but not the way you think. So you cock this in, it locks in place, and then you push this little silver button here, and then it kind of just like throws the missile, which is cool because it's still launching it, but it's doing it in, I guess, a safer way for, you know, standards back then. And there are wheels on this. So this thing has some wheels on the bottom of the treads, so we can roll around. I think it's so funny. It's like, we're going to take this jet and turn it into a tank. There you go. That makes sense. And I'm like, but why wouldn't you just leave it as it is? It's like, stop asking questions. It's M.A.S.K. Illusion's the ultimate weapon. Now, this is also painted on, just so you're aware. This isn't a sticker. So they painted that detail on. So we're going to look at the instructions and see what the heck we're going to do. Because I'm taking you guys through the full steps. Like as if we were, you were a kid back in '87. We just got this from the store. So we're going to take this Riker and sit him there. So you can chill out. Put his dooley bobs over there. Kenner really does care, guys. Remember, we make each toy with tender loving care. If there is a problem with your toy as you receive it, please let us know. Simply describe the problem and mail that description along with your name and address to Kenner Products, Consumer Affairs Department, 1014 Vine Street, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45202. Okay, so the Meteor. Meteor Stunt Jet, Conventional Mode, Meteor Mini Jet, and Assault Tank. And again, the instructions on this are not small. Okay, action figure, we had all that taken care of. Figure can be placed in pilot seat, lift canopy to open and place figure in seat. Figure can stand on platform with mobile tank by positioning peg on stand into hole in foot of figure. Assembly. Okay, this is where we gotta pay attention. Lift both side wings to lock in open position. Okay. Snap top fins into slots on top of mobile tank as shown. Okay. So they go right over there. So where's their mobile tank? I guess it's because the thing's there. So just like this, okay. They just pop right in there. If these are one-time assembly, though, that will make this a problem. They look like they're the same. Yeah, they're the same. Yeah, it's the same piece. Like they just made the tool once. So we'll see if these go in and out. Because if they can't go back in the box, that would be annoying, but not a horrible thing. Ooh. Plastic's doesn't feel like, brittle or anything. It just gets in. Can it come out? Yeah, it can come back out. Yeah, okay. So they can go in and out. And that's good. So I can take them apart when I got to put it back in the box. Good to know. That just pegs in there. And this one just slots in there. And we're locked in. Okay, so we got our thruster wing thingies. It's also funny it turns into a tank. 3, insert side fin in either of side treads. Then press on rear to store missile. To remove, pull on rear of missile. Okay. Okay, so these missiles can store here, like this. Because I don't even know. I never, like I said, I had vehicles, but the biggest one I had was really the slingshot. And it was still, I think, bigger than this because it can hold more people. Am I doing it? Yeah, it's that way. Okay. Then press on rear to store missile. Okay. So I guess this just like slots in here. I don't know. I'm not sure how to get that in. I'll have to fiddle with that. Oh, I just noticed that. Look. Those are held up. And then when you push the thing, the wings drop. I did not know that. There's a lot of gimmicks going on in this thing. Okay, I tried attaching these to the side, and I just can't figure it out just yet. So we're just going to skip that step. It's not that important. Push in on cannon to lock in position. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Push in on cannon to lock in position. Press treads into mobile tank to locking position. Okay, so this is how you turn it into a jet. So I guess we gotta put this there. So this little control panel closes down. And Jesus, it's like I'm gonna snap in half. No, don't do that. Don't break. Oh, jeez. Oh, that doesn't seem like it's a good thing to do. But you see that? It's like, we're just going to take this. This isn't going to break here at all. So be mindful. Try to put most of the pressure on the back end. That thing's just looking like it's snapped in half. And then we cock this back in. Lock that in place. Press treads into mobile tank position as soon as this goes down. Okay, and this clicks in. Click. Yeah, it's funny. Like, this doesn't seem very sturdy. Like, I'm not just billowing with confidence over the structural integrity of this vehicle right now. Maybe because it was made in Mexico. I have no idea, but it doesn't feel very like sturdy compared to some of the other Kenner stuff I've had. But this is actually one of the oldest Kenner toys I've gotten a hold of. All right, now Mini Jet. Mini Jet gives you a choice of manual or automatic operation. Rear view of Mini Jet. Okay, Mini Jet rear view. Boom. You guys can see there. Auto. Automatic mode separates the two halves and activates mobile tank mode. Manual mode will separate the two halves but will not activate mobile tank mode. Okay, so you gotta turn it whichever way you want. And you can see how it says manual on there. And then the other way is auto. So I guess we'll put it on manual first just to see what happens. Make sure it's right. It's like, guys, you give me too many options here. To connect the Mini Jet with the tank, push the halves together until they lock. Note, round pegs on tank fit into holes on Mini Jet, while gray release lever goes under selector dial. See illustration. Gray selector lever goes under selector dial. Okay. And it locks in, and then now it's a big jet with no landing gear, technically. I'm just going to cruise. Is that okay? Well, also the wings don't even open either, so I still think it's kind of funny they made a jet into a ground vehicle. Label placement. Okay, so we're going to pause this because that's going to take a few minutes because there's like 20-something, 25 stickers. So we're going to give it a pause, and I'll be right back. And there we go. Well, we got one more. This is number 2. Now the stickers on this thing are actually, the quality is really nice. Like these are not like junk stickers, but like the plastic on this jet, I don't know what it is. It just does not feel very sturdy. Like it does not feel like well made at all. I mean, that's coming from like M.A.S.K Kenner toys. Like this feels very, like you can see kind of like you can see flash on it in spots. This doesn't seem like a really well made M.A.S.K vehicle, which is funny because I have other stuff from the same, assortment, and they seem much more durable than that. Yeah, so that's all the different stickers. There's 25 of them in total. It took me a couple of minutes, but yeah, so that's it. So then, now from that point, vehicle operation, action mode. Okay, so to release the front half of stunt jet, you squeeze inside Mini Jet wings and separate. Press down on button on top and insert bomb into hole. On bottom of Mini Jet, press down on button to release bomb. So what you do is like there's these little like these here, like you squeeze them and they're spring loaded. And you push them in, you can detach the jet, and boom, there you go. And then you got this here. So and then what you do for this is you open this up. There's a lever here, operates that. You just put your little bomb in there. There you go. Then you can fly by and drop your stun bomb on people. We're not bombing them. We're just dropping stun bombs on them. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, and those missiles must really tuck in there. That's going to be... I don't have to fiddle around with that. On the other side, is there any more stuff? Wow, there's really more to talk about? I've kind of covered everything. Jeez. Let's see. Rear half of stunt jet becomes a mobile tank. For manual operation, slide button on top of mobile tank to release tank treads, cannon, and wings. This will happen automatically in auto mode when you separate the two halves. Okay, which we noticed before, and then it just shows you how to remove the missiles from the side, how to load them, what we kind of just did before. I'll give you guys a second to read it if you want to pause and read what it says. And then the last page of the instructions is just how to turn it back in two. the mode it was, already in. Yeah, so I don't really think we need these instructions anymore. You can see how they're kind of yellowing on one side. So those instructions have told us what we needed to know. Now we can start putting this thing into playland. So now basically, that ship is going to do its own thing over there, and we'll take Ace Riker and turn this into tank mode, which should happen with just a push of a button, like this. Boom. The button pops up, the cannon pops out, the tank treads pop up, the blast shields drop down, and you have to actually manually pull this up. Easy trick to do if you don't want to put too much pressure, like you don't feel like putting pressure on this here. Just take a little screwdriver, just push in a little bit, just enough to get it to go down. And you won't have to put as much force on it. Also, thing to note, when you're putting the stickers on this, if you have one out of the box too, don't put on these fins first. It's easier just to put the stickers on, without having to weasel in between there. But the stickers really, they're shiny. You can see them, they're brand new. They really do make it look a lot cooler. And this pops up like that. And then now, because this is in its tank mode, you can now take Ace Riker or any other M.A.S.K figure, if he's got somebody else just hanging out with him, and put his little foot on this little peg, or at least try to. And now he can operate the controls on the tank. And the cool thing is, since it's a peg, if he wants to be rolling around ready to blow people away, with nice bombs and not bad bombs, don't got to worry about it. Where's Venom? We're here to win the race, and almost like gonna blow your brains out. But I mean, not in a bad way. Crap. Yeah, so I could definitely see, you can have some imagination fun with this. Maybe you can have take another character. Like I have Bruce Sato with the grasshopper mask and his little gear, so I could always have him ride around on that end. But yeah, no. So it's not that bad of a vehicle. Is it my first pick for a new vehicle to add to my collection? Not really, no. Is it a horrible vehicle? No, it's not too bad at all. It's a good little, it almost, in a way, it almost echoes, or it's almost like an early taste of what was going to happen the next year in M.A.S.K, which was M.A.S.K Split Seconds, which was a cool concept that I thought I thought it was cool when I was a kid, where you literally had one M.A.S.K vehicle that could split into two. And to pilot the other half of the vehicle, the M.A.S.K the driver or pilot was wearing would create a holographic duplicate, and then that duplicate would pilot the other vehicle. So this very much seems like it could have been like a split-second vehicle if they had if it went into the later part of '88 instead of coming out during the racing subset, because you could have had Ace Riker, and then you could have had his holographic double drive around on the tank part. Which, again, works pretty good. I think we're going to wrap up the video because we're basically getting into 33 minutes. I do want to show you guys how this works in automatic mode, because I'm curious, because I have not seen it work that way yet. So it's going to push this back in. Yeah. It doesn't really, it's not like it's going to break. He's got to push it a certain way. But yeah, like I said, the plastic on this doesn't feel very high quality, which is weird coming from M.A.S.K toys. All right, so now we'll take our jet and we'll turn this to the automatic setting. You can see it says auto, and then we will reattach it, and we'll see exactly what that does. And how exactly this is supposed to. So now, in theory, when we detach it, it should convert by itself. So, oh, there you go, boom. And then, so that's a cool feature. See, like you cock in the launcher, and then you push the treads in. Make sure they're locked in place. Pull those wings up, and then you can have Ace Riker doing his flying around thing. With a little zoom back so you get a little bit more camera footage. Some fancy stunt work. Deploy tank mode. And off he goes. And then tank mode's like, tank mode activated. Time to show Venom who's boss, yo. What? Don't blow them away. I mean, I wasn't going to do that. What do you think I would? With my tank. Yeah, because he's... It reminds me of the Cobra Condor, because it's kind of like, these can't really propel it. I'm just telling you right now. There's not enough room. So I think I'll keep that in manual mode, just so it doesn't shoot off by itself. All right, so there you go. That's the Kenner 1987 M.A.S.K Meteor from the racing theme. And my final thoughts, as Jerry Springer would say, as Ace Riker passes out. Oh, the wind, man. If you have an opportunity to get one, even like loose, pick it up. It's not a bad little vehicle. If you like the character Ace Riker and you want to have something that's different than the slingshot, I mean, as far as like usefulness in your little, battles would go, this is more offensive, whereas the slingshot is more like defensive, in that it has like a base, and there are like cannons on it to attack Venom with, but it also comes with a flight pod. It's more like a mini mobile command center, whereas this is more just like, this is just like a vehicle. This is a jet. This is a stunt jet that splits into two different vehicles. That's really it. It doesn't make it. It's not bad at all. Like I really like the upgrade they gave to Ace Riker. I love his helmet. I love the. It gives me like humanoids vibes. I don't know why, because it looks more organic, but it looks really cool. I mean, like it's not. Like look at that sculpting on his suit. It looks like he's got. It's like it's made out of like. It's like he's in a Terminator disguise. I'm Ace Riker. I'm here to save you. I put something on backwards. Now it's like some weird bug monster. Oh, what happened? Oh, God. Oh, we're okay. No, so that's cool. I like it. I think he's not a bad figure to have. Yeah, so if you have an opportunity to pick one up, like I said, I paid a little over $100 for this set, but again, I paid for it brand new. And I really wanted to share with you guys, like finding that the calendar in there, that was a complete shock. And that's why I do these unboxing videos, because it's always fun to find things that none of us remembered being part of the set at all. I mean, I don't remember back to 1987. I was 7 years old. I think I got the iguana for Easter, and then I really didn't get anything else after that. Oh, I do have one. Give me 1 second. Okay, so before I go, I wanted to show you guys the other vehicle I happen to have on hand right now. This is the Firefly with Julio Lopez. It's another vehicle from the racing theme. And he was also on the calendar. I got this one used loose. I got it off of a friend on Instagram. It didn't come with his mask, so I had to go on eBay and hunt his mask down. The mask ended up costing me like $15 with shipping. And then, this was $10 plus $5 shipping just for the vehicle and him. The mask was another $15 plus shipping. So it was like, this is what I told you about. And I didn't even have the little bomb it's supposed to come with. Because, like I said, building M.A.S.K vehicles is a fool's errand sometimes. Because it just uses a lot of components. And it's a pain in the neck. Like, it may seem like a great idea at the time, but believe me, you're going to be like, why did I do this? I shouldn't have done this to myself. And like I said, it takes forever to find all the parts, or they cost too much money. It's a mess. Like, it's fun at times, but unless you got a lot of money to throw down into it, it's just not, just try to buy it complete. Just save yourself the aggravation. But yeah, no, so now we got some more M.A.S.K guys running around, which is always fun. Take that, Ace Riker. Ha ha ha. If I can get Julio Lopez back in his seat. Oh, there we go. He's good. I'm okay. It kind of works okay. Plus, you never know what condition they're in. Is that lever or this one? I think it's that one. Fly away. Alright, so that's the Obscura Toy Files. The Kenner 1987 M.A.S.K Meteor. Pick it up if you like M.A.S.K vehicles. And like I said, if you wanted to know what it was like to unbox one, now you do. Have a good night, everybody. Or a good day. Or whatever time it is you're watching this. Good night, everybody. See you later. Ha ha ha. I can't see where I'm going. Ace, be careful. What? Oh, God.